Okay, so there are 21 members in the APEC economies, only 12 are members of the TPP. The others are open. Philippines have come to Malaysia. They met us. They asked us about TPP. We had a run through with them on the chapters. What is required for us to do? What's the commitment? And they asked us, how in the world did Malaysia get a lot of carve-outs? We are the only country among the 12 members that got the most carve-outs, the most exemptions. So that's something to be proud of, because we thought we could never do it. Okay? There were times when I was sitting down with Dato' Jaya Siri in our room together at 3 o'clock in the morning. We said, I think we have to stop here because we cannot go anymore. But we pushed through, we fought, we were in the room. We were really fighters, but we got what we want. Not to show off what, but I can tell you it's not easy. Then current membership, Australia, Brunei, these are all members. These are all members. Those in red are countries that we do not have FTA. Canada, Mexico, Peru, and US. And why? It's not because of they are big, but because they are big purchasers. $1 is to 4.1 Malaysian ringgit. That means the US have 4 times purchasing power to buy products from Malaysia. So because of the purchasing power and because of the greatness of big market that they have, Canada, Peru, Mexico, and also the US. And there's interest shown by Korea, Taiwan, Indonesia, Thailand, and Philippines. These countries have come to Malaysia, they have met us, and they are asking whether what are the commitments that they have to undertake before they join. So they ask us, can they also benefit from the exemptions that we got, from the carve-outs that we got? No. They must follow exactly as what is written in the text already. It is already concluded, decided, so they cannot amend anymore. They have to follow. So they are losers. So we got the first mover advantage in TPP. So it's widely expected to be a building block towards a wider free trade area of the Pacific. Okay, in 2005 in Chile, the APEC Business Advisory Council, they were the one who proposed to have a FTA-AP. It's a bigger, broad-based FTAs among all 21 APEC economies. But they wanted to have something very quickly. So TPP came in and was concluded. So TPP is one of the platforms leading to the FTA-AP. Okay, there's another free trade that people are looking towards establishing, which is called the Free Trade Area of the Asia Pacific. Now in the Asia Pacific, there are many other countries who wants to join. Yesterday I met with Costa Rica. They are lobbying Malaysia to support them to become members of APEC. But in 1998, there was a moratorium among all 21 economies to say, no, we do not want any more other countries to come and join APEC. We are limiting it to 21 countries only. Because it's very difficult for them to come in and keep up with the things that we've been doing in APEC. Okay, so Parliament approved Malaysia's participation in TPP, and Malaysia is the only country in the world that brought this matter to Parliament for endorsement. The only country. New Zealand came and asked us how do we do it. Australia asked us how do we do it. Even in the US pun, belum lagi. They have not brought it to Congress yet. They are having difficulties there. Okay, but we managed. Okay, signing is an indication that the 12 countries accept the outcome. We signed, that means, but it means that we have accept the outcome of the negotiation, the final text. So we have to start our domestic process. We have to change the customs rules, the labor laws, the environmental laws, the customs especially. There's a lot of changes there. The rules of origin, those needs to be changed. About eight major laws that we need to change. It takes about for those 8 major laws, maybe at the end of this year, we are able to finish maybe 6 or 7 or 8. But there are a few more that we need to change. So it takes about 2 years for us to fully do the amendments. Nothing to do with sovereignty. Nothing to do with sovereignty. You hear a lot of this talk outside. They talk about sovereignty being eroded. What? Nothing. Ratification of TPP is likely to take place within 2 years, as I mentioned, for the ratification. This is the domestic process that we are doing. MITI is leading. We are taking necessary steps to order to meet the deadline of the ratification. So these are the things that we have to do. It's not, concluding is one, ratifying is one, so there's still a lot of work to be done. Okay, entry into force 60 days after the date on which all original signatories have notified the depository. What does entry into force means? It means that's the day when we start the FTA. So currently, if all countries deposit in writing to say that they are ready, then we can start. Or 60 days after expiry of this period, at least 6 of the signatories, 6 of the 12 ratify and sign, then we can enter into force already. Not necessary we have to wait for all 12. Those who are ready can come in, we can start already. Okay, so there's a TPP commission to make sure that our rights, if we have issues in the implementation, if there's something wrong, we can bring it to the TPP commission. So there is a leeway for us to still make changes if there is something wrong or there are some discrepancies in the binding agreement. So TPP commission is very important. And withdrawal, this is the exit policy. If the whole country is not happy with TPP, yes, we can still withdraw. We can exit from TPP by giving a 6 months notice. But if we pull out, we are telling the world that Malaysia, 18th largest trading nation in the world, is not ready for free trade agreement. So we have to, I don't know how to say this, but very difficult. No, we are very competitive here. Ease of doing business, we are number 14. So we're doing very well. But withdrawing from a TPP agreement is not a good move for us to make. Okay, so 30 chapters. I think most of you know all the 30 chapters. This information is all in the website. How Malaysia negotiates, so they are total carve-outs. For SMEs, we carve out. For Bumi-Putra, we carve out. Some of the things that people have been complaining about sovereignty, we carve out. We take it out. It's not in the agreement. For Malaysia only. For other countries, yes, they have to do it. But for Malaysia, we had some carve-outs. Then there's transition period. For instance, in government procurement, after 15 years, we have to open up. The threshold has to go down. But now the threshold is very, very high. Meaning to say above 300 million ringgit, for instance, is not open for international participation, only for domestic. But after 15 years, I'm sure many of our companies, hopefully they are ready to compete. So we have a very, very long transition period for us to prepare ourselves. Then non-conforming measures, these are annexes. That means we don't have to do it. We are not ready. We will only give in when we are ready. For instance, we do not open certain real estates for purchases by foreigners. Okay? Only when we are ready, we will open it and we'll put it in the annex. So the annex is a very important document where things that we want to protect in the services, we put it there. Okay? So we have one of the most things in all the annexes. Then we have the Dasar Bumi-Putra. So we explain to them what this is all about, so they respect it. It's there, it's allowed. Then state governments. Not when we talk about TPP, it's only at the federal level. The state, they are all carved out. They are not committed to the agreement. Things like land matters, environment, they are all excluded. So you don't have to worry. Okay, these are some profile. I think I'm going to go very fast with this. 97.3% of all the business establishments in Malaysia are SMEs. So we are the backbone. TPP is the only agreement in the world that I have seen in any of the texts that has a specific mention for SMEs. SMEs must be protected, SMEs must be assisted, must be allowed to be given subsidies. So this is the only trade agreement in the world that talks about development and assistance to SMEs. Okay, so 90% of our SMEs are in the services sector. But do not worry, people come and tell me the Americans will come in and take away all the mamak barbershop. I'm thinking, boleh tak? Tak boleh lah, The Mexicans will come and take over all the motorcycle repair shop. You think they want to come here and repair a motorcycle? I don't think so lah, The bakeries or what? I don't think so lah. Those are too small for them. Yeah. Okay, majority of them are in services. Manufacturing is number 3. Construction number 3. Agriculture and mining. 18% of 646,000 SMEs in Malaysia registered are already exporting. That means they are doing well. Okay, so they are already exporting. So 116,000. In Japan, there are 3.8 million SMEs, and about 2.8% of them are already in international trade. So you count 2.8 times 3 million, so you know how many thousand companies are there. Okay, now Before TPP, we already have programs to help SMEs. Okay, let me share with you. For RMK 11 only, this is just for SME Corp over a period of 5 years. Government has given us, given SME Corp 1.039 billion ringgit to help develop SMEs. Not only for them from startups to become small, medium, but also for export. Okay, 200 million given for Galakan Export Bumi Putra. Why did we have this? Because during our outreach programs, the Bumi Putras were pressuring government. You know, the TPP is going to wipe out all the Bumi Putra companies because there's no way they are going to compete with the Americans and Mexicans. They will come in and kill us all. So we have 200 million ringgit for them, and we want to see whether they want to utilize it or not. Okay, 45 billion is for assisting new startups. Then we have the master plan, 633 million. They are all the high impact programs. I think SME Corp, you go to the SME Corp website, you will see a lot of programs to help develop SMEs. Then micro enterprise, we do not forget them. They are very important. 10 million is allocated for the development of micro enterprises. Now, all this money are going to khidmat nasihat, providing you with advice on what to do, how to do, what can they get, where can they get, how much can they get. So these are information for SMEs. Very important. People complain, I don't know what the government is giving to SMEs. So sometimes I get very upset. But all the information is in the website. If not, you come to the 4th floor of SME Corp. They have the business advisory services to help you with. Then capacity building. This capacity building is one of the most important programs that assist SMEs to help capacitate your company or your productivity to help increase. Then there's technology and market. Now, Japan, for TPP, I spoke with the head of JETRO this morning. Japan is focusing so much on innovation and technology for TPP because these, they say, are the two key factors that will definitely benefit Japanese SMEs and take advantage of TPP. It's not the small Kimball manufacturers, the tomato sauce manufacturers, the chili sauce manufacturers, no. It's more the high tech, the services. These are the people that is going to really benefit this TPP. But there are smaller ones, the smaller SMEs, we do not forget them, but we will try and help them. But they must be competitive. If they are not competitive, then it's very difficult. But we are already in a competitive world, and Malaysia is already a competitive country to begin with. 148 countries in the WTO, we are number 18 in the world. So we are very competitive. Okay, then there's financing. Always people ask about loans and grants, everything. We have it. And finally, monitoring and assessment. So there's the SCORE and M-SCORE, SME programs to make sure that if there are gaps in your companies, that's where SME Corp will come in and help you. Okay, total government allocation, not only SMEs, but money given to 15 ministries and 63 agencies. In 2015, 163 programs, 11.34 billion ringgit was given to help SMEs. Okay, money given to 15 ministries and 63 agencies. And the years before, so much money is being given. So government will not forget about SMEs. They are still helping, creating, motivating, developing SMEs. Very important. Okay, these are the areas, as mentioned. I'll not go through this. Okay, these are some of the existing programs already to help SMEs. Without TPP, so with TPP, what we will have to do is government, private sectors, NGOs, financial sectors, we have to come in. We have to identify people who have expertise in certain fields. Even in SMEs, we have the SME Expert Advisory Panel. We have to make use of them. Because I think the most important thing for SMEs like you, before you venture into Canada, Peru, Mexico, is research. Research on or feasibility study before going to that country. You know what sector you are in, but you are not sure whether is it feasible or not for your product to go in the country. So these are the kinds of assistance I think will be much needed by our SMEs, and also for you to increase your productivity and innovation of your products. That's very important. That's key for TPP because all the countries in the TPP countries are talking about this. Okay, so these are some of the programs. We have Groom Pig, we have product quality enhancements program by SIRIM. But I think most important thing for SMEs, a majority of the SMEs are in the F&B, food and beverages. So certification is important. I know for HACCP, minimum 50,000 ringgit you need to do up your kitchen or your facilities. 50,000 ringgit minimum, to do HACCP. So that's a lot of resources for SME. They don't have that money, but government will help, and there are grants, there are loans for assistance to help you with. Okay, these are some of the other, like persijilan. This is what I was telling you about persijilan. I think most of you know about all this lah. Okay, we are the only country in the world that I know of that has a master plan, blueprint for development of SMEs. Other countries are coming to SME Corp every day asking how do we do that, how do we do this, but we are very lucky because the direction of the SMEs in Malaysia has a plan. There is a master plan. We are guided, and there's allocation to help SMEs. So we are very fortunate among all the countries. This is a very good advantage to us. This is something that we should leverage on. Okay, impact of TPP. Now, if you go to the MITI website, there are 2 reports done by the private sector. One is by ISIS, International Strategic International Studies, and the other one